Friday Night Lights is sponsored by Astound, Members Choice Credit Union, and Hillsborough Ford.
Welcome into week 6 of Friday Night Lights. I'm Sydney Wicker. We're halfway through the season. Can you believe it? That means district play is in full swing and the pressure just keeps on building. Two really strong 4-1 teams took the field in tonight's game of the week, a battle for who could try to stay on top of the district standings. Let's kick things off with our week 6 game of the week.
Friday Night Lights Game of the Week is sponsored by Astound, Members Choice Credit Union, and Hillsborough Ford.
The Valley Mills Eagles taking on the Axtell Longhorns in this one. The Longhorns defense staying aggressive in this one, and they show that early on. Starting in the first quarter after a couple of early drives stalled out for both teams, Axtell found their way into the red zone. Its quarterback Levi Leathers, who would scramble looking for an open receiver, and he says, hey, nope, I'm going to take this one myself. He walks in untouched, 7-0 for the Longhorns. Then in the second, after a few more drives stalled out, the Longhorns back after it again. This time Leathers launches it to wide receiver AJ Fetch, who extends that lead 14-0. Their defense coming to play big time here. This time, it's Jashawn Johnson who gets smothered by the Longhorns defense. Linebacker Jesse Hernandez there who forces the fumble and picks the ball up. The Longhorns up in great field position, and they'd go ahead and capitalize 21-0. Before long, Blaine Grinder scrambling, trying to launch this one, but Tylen Perkins there to scoop it up. Another interception for the Longhorns. Leather's going to fake the handoff to his running back scrambles, and he's got his guy AJ. Once again, the two making quite a connection all night long. 28-0 going into the half. This one would stay all Longhorns. The final score 35-7, and after the game, Adrian Carbajal caught up with Coach Horn and our Week 6 champs. Adrian.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined here by Longhorns head coach Craig Horn. Coach, defensive battle tonight. You guys really held it through 35-7. I mean, just talk about the defensive effort all night, and what's the game plan going into this one?
Well, we just wanted to play fast. We knew if their running back got going, got to the second level, we were going to be in trouble, and we contained him for the most part. He had a couple runs. We wanted to play physical and be the dominant team as far as physicality went, and I felt like we were. You know, we didn't execute perfectly all night, but we played well enough early enough to get the job done.
And on offense, obviously, you know, that first strong half, strong first half, just talk about the effort there. What did the guys listen to the game plan in the first half, and why were you guys so effective so early on?
Well, we wanted to go vertical on them. We knew we were going to struggle running the football, and so we knew we had to attack vertically. And Levi did a good job. He found the open man. Receivers did a good job, and the O-line protected. So when we're doing those kind of things, we're tough to stop. And then, you know, you get in the second half, and we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. So like I told the kids, a lot to work on. You know, we can't have bad second halves, but the first half we played really well.
Perfect. Coach, I don't know if you know, but this is the first game of the week that I've been to that the home team has actually won. You guys are the first home team. You guys broke the curse. So I'm going to go ahead and hand our Week 6 Game of the Week trophy to the Axtell Longhorns. Let's go, baby. Come on, let's go. All right, Sydney. All right, Madison. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Adrian. By the way, Axtell only allows 7 points in that game. That's the 4th time they've done that this season. Congrats to the Longhorns for being our Week 6 champs. All right, let's head over to Leo Buckley Stadium now. Harker Heights and Killeen going head-to-head in this one, and homecoming night too. So that meant the mums were out, and so were all the big plays. First play of the game, Brews on offense. D'Angelo Ingram under center. He launches this one, but it's the Knights defense there. Hudson Hanover there with the steal. He will get stopped just short of the end zone. Here comes the Knights on offense now. Quarterback Hudson Humble hands it off to his guy Jalen Mason, who rushes into the end zone, and that's 6 for Harker Heights. He silences the ruse here too, but that crowd all pumped up, as they should be for this one. Later in the first, Knights up 14-0 now. Ingram rolling out of the pocket, and this time it's Jordan Loney here with the steal. That's another turnover. The Knights getting the ball in this one too. They would capitalize on it too as Humble dishes it out to Ryan Taylor, who's going to avoid the tackle and cut around and sprint his way into the end zone. 21-0 in the first quarter. The defense with 5 turnovers in the first half alone. Final score 45-15 Knights. Chilton heading down the road to take on Mart. Both teams standing together in a fight against cancer this week with an awesome banner. Early on in this one, Chilton quarterback Marnico Thompson Jr. looking for an open receiver and nobody's open, so he's going to lay the boom, pick up the huge gain for the Pirates here. Later on that drive, 3rd and goal, Xavion Taylor takes the direct snap in for the Pirate touchdown. Mart on offense now. It's quarterback Elijah Johnson looking deep for a big play. And off the tip, Ahmad Scott makes the incredible catch for a huge Mart gain. Threatening in the red zone now. Johnson looking for his guy. He's picked off, though, by Thomas Jr., who runs it back for a huge Pirate gain. This one, all Pirates 34-0. The final score is they improve to 5-0 on the season. All right, we're going to take a quick water break around here. But before we do, let's take a look at some of our scores from Week 6 across Central Texas. Welcome back from the break and into Week 6 of our Friday Night Lights. Let's just keep things rolling here. And starting out by heading back out to Killeen, Midway and Shoemaker battling it out. Two teams with a ton of depth and talent, and that was on display early on. It was the Gray Wolves who find the end zone first. Madison even getting juked out on this play. Let's check it out here. Brandon Brown Jr., who's going to come away with it here. Look at that. I see where you got tripped up there, Madison. No worries. It happens to all of us. He's going to rush this one in. The Selly big time here with him and his teammates. Even going to lift things off 6-0 Shoemakers. They do miss the extra point in the first quarter. It doesn't take long, though, for Midway to respond. And guess who it is? We know him. Our player of the week from a few weeks ago. Latham Wizzeton gets his first touchdown of the night. Many more to come. Just doing what he does best. 7-6 Midway now. The Panthers end up getting the ball back before long. A touchdown wouldn't happen, so they settle for a field goal. The refs say it's good. 10-7 Midway here late in the first. The Gray Wolves back on it. It's Damani Dale Addison who hands it off to Brown Jr. and he strikes again. That's two TDs for Brown Jr. there, and he lets the camera know, as you should, big guy. 13-7 Shoemaker now. Midway, though, with this one, it's Andrew McNair who finds Hayden Brock to punch it in. That's another 7 for the Panthers. 17-13 here, middle of the second quarter. Shoemaker is going to act fast and do the exact same thing. This time, Dale Addison scooping out of the end zone and finds a wide receiver, Jamal Polite Jr., who makes the low catch. His first of the night, 19-7. Now Shoemaker, though, they're going to hand things off to Wissington before long. Midway going to find their way to victory in this one, spoiling Shoemaker's perfect record. After the game, Madison Palumbo was able to catch up with Coach G. Take it away, Madison.
Thanks, Sydney. Coach, how does it feel to come down to Killeen, obviously beat an undefeated team, and especially after coming off of your first loss of the season last week?
Well, I'll tell you, Madison, it's been a tough week, and our kids responded. They embraced the adversity that we were in, and to come here and play a team coached by Toby Foreman, and who has been here for a good minute, and he runs such a great program, and those kids are so talented, and they know the game so well. We knew even going in at half, we scored, I think, 21 points there about the last 2 minutes of the first half, and that was the difference, really. They had a couple of turnovers, but I knew going in at half, we got a 19-point lead, and that's not near enough with these guys because they're just too explosive. And, we did what we needed to do. We came out in the second half, and we drove the field and punched it in. Increase our lead a little bit. Unfortunately, we gave the big kickoff return. That gave them some life. We turned the ball over. They go score. That gave them some life. And you give a great team like that any sort of life, they're going to take every square inch of it. And so it was a fight from the very end. I'm glad that game's over.
Thank you, Coach, and congrats on the win. Back to you, Sydney.
All right, thanks so much, Madison. That final score, 66-47. Once again, Midway coming up on top. Let's keep things going. Across town rivalry in six-man football as Mount Calm visits Coolidge. We'll start things off with quarterback Devonto Johnson, who drops back and throws up a prayer, and it's not answered, rather intercepted by the Panthers here. Not too shabby. Yellow Jackets looking for a response. Now they get one. Jacoby Brown gets to the quarterback for a huge Coolidge play right there. Yellow Jackets on offense now, and it's Johnson who takes the pitch and runs it for a Coolidge touchdown. A huge response following the turnover for him. Yellow Jackets go on to get a big win in this one. That final score, 56-26. All right, now let's get a little chilly, shall we? The Frost Polar Bears taking on Meridian to face the Yellow Jackets. Frost 4-0 for the first time in 9 years coming into this one. Tonight, the blue and white have a little something extra in play for this one, but it's Meridian looking for their second district win on homecoming night. Getting right into the action, the Polar Bears starting with the ball, but this drive is cut short. Quarterback Edwin Alvarado fumbles the ball. The Yellow Jackets swarm all over it, and you can see defensive lineman Luis Ramirez is all pumped up about the turnover, as he should be. Now with the ball in great field position, quarterback Garrett Pope hands it off to running back Brandon Allen. He breaks through the ice and runs it in for 6. Celebration's been fun in this one tonight. And now Frost looking to put up some points on the board. The Polar Bears drive down the field on the keeper. Alvarado runs into the end zone to tie this game up at 7-all. Another great answer. First pull away. They'll go ahead and win this one 38-14. Alrighty, on the other side of this break, we are going to highlight our Player of the Week nominees. But before we do that, let's take a look at some more of your scores from Week 6 across Central Texas. Welcome back. Now, before we get to our player of the week, we have to recap some of our Thursday Night Lights action because, of course, it was a thriller. We'll head out to Leopard Field where the Lorena Leopards, with a big test at home, hosting undefeated Lampasas. The Badgers making that clear as they would score on the opening kickoff in this one. Lorena answering back quick. Quarterback Jackson Blansett finds wide receiver Zachary Espinoza down the field with the perfect pass. And he's got green turf ahead, stumbling into the end zone at 7-7 here in the first. Lampasas says, yeah, it's all tied, but not for long. Quarterback Bryson Roberts hands this one off to Wesley Stevens, and Stevens is off to the races. No one's catching him. The Badgers with the lead again. Look at him go. 14-7 Lampasas here in the first quarter. If you couldn't tell, this was a back-and-forth matchup. Blansett going to respond again. This time he hits running back Brody DeLeon for the catch and the somersault into the end zone. 14-14 before long. This one, like we said, would continue to go back and forth all night long. 42-35 Lampasas finishes this one coming up on top. Here's Coach Rogers after the game.
I'm proud of this one. This was a good one. I mean, you're able to go on the road and get a win against a good program like Lorena, and that was a dogfight, you know, and that's what it was. It was a slugfest, and we came out on top, so I'm really proud of our guys.
Pretty proud of that one, as you should be, Coach. All right, you saw some of the best parts of the night, but now it's time to pick the best plays and the best players that get the credit for that. Let's see who are our Player of the Week nominees for Week 6. We'll start things off
Friday
with
Night
our
Lights Player of the Week is
player
sponsored by
of the
Astound,
week.
Members Choice Credit Union, and Hillsborough Ford.
Kicking it off with Axtell quarterback Levi Leathers. He had 3 touchdowns in the air and 1 on the ground in the first half alone. He is our first Player of the Week candidate. And then Chilton's do-it-all guy, Marneko. We're not sure how to say his last name. We'll figure it out, though. Thomas Jr. all over the field. He is our second Player of the Week nominee. And Harker Heights running back Jalen Mason. This guy rushing into the end zone at least twice in the first quarter. I'm assuming it was maybe more. But yeah, he was leading big time. Don't forget you can vote right now on the KCENX/Twitter account at KCEN Sports. The poll closes Sunday and we'll announce who wins on Wednesday. That's all the time we got. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.